When my biological mother saw me again, she realized the daughter she abandoned had now become the top scorer in the national college entrance exam and was being courted by countless foreign universities, shamelessly. She wanted to take me back, but in that moment, I held tightly onto my adoptive mother's hand and firmly told everyone that she was my one and only real mother, because when I was a child, I had a congenital condition that left me unable to speak, and my biological mother heartlessly abandoned me because of it. The couple who found me were poor farmers. They couldn't afford to send me to any tutoring classes. Everything I achieved came from one thing they once told me. My adoptive father encouraged me to study hard and promised that one day I would stand proudly in front of that woman and tell her she was blind to throw me away. From that moment on, I studied with all my might. My adoptive parents borrowed money from relatives to pay for my education. I worked just as hard. Every time I saw my ranking rise on the report card, I felt like all the effort was worth it. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye. I had grown into a graceful young woman. On the day of the college entrance exam, I wanted to hear my father's words of encouragement, but he said nothing, because 10 minutes earlier, he had already passed away. My adoptive mother didn't want me to be too upset before the exam, so she lied and said he was just too tired and had fallen asleep. But I immediately knew something was wrong, because he had looked forward to this day more than anyone. There was no way he would stay silent. When I reached out to lift the mosquito nets, perhaps it was his last lingering concern, his body slowly slid off the headboard. My adoptive mother let out a breath and urged me to hurry to the exam. After I left, she could no longer hold it in. She clung to his body and wept in anguish. 3 days later, I returned home and saw my adoptive mother in mourning clothes kneeling at the door. I realized something terrible had happened. I rushed to my father's bed. With trembling hands, I lifted the net. His face was pale and motionless. It felt like my whole world collapsed. I knelt by the bed and screamed his name, but no matter how I called, he would never answer again. That night, I carried his body for cremation. My mother and I cried bitterly as we held the urn. I swore to make sure she would live a good life. Then she handed me a national admissions flyer, and the host on the poster was my biological mother. She said I was now beautiful and smart, and should go see the woman who abandoned me. I thought my adoptive mother didn't want me anymore, and tears rolled down my face. She saw my reaction and gently said I would always be her most beloved daughter. After comforting me, she explained that it was my father's dying wish, so I agreed. Meanwhile, my biological mother was throwing a tantrum. She was unhappy with the news materials her team had gathered until she heard my story. They told her I came from poverty, that my parents knelt and begged for money so I could study, and that even after my father passed away, my mother hid the truth from me so I could take the exam. She thought the story had potential, but wanted it to be more dramatic, so she decided to twist the facts, and falsely accused me of ignoring my father's death for the sake of exams. But what she didn't expect was that I would become the top scorer in the entire country.